Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Tough Tony here, and today is April 2nd, 2012, and of course, the greatest granddaddy of them all was last night. The biggest sports entertainment extravaganza was last night, the showcase of the Immortals. You know, all the good names that WrestleMania used to be called before it got so shitty. WrestleMania 28, somewhere down in Miami. But anyway, this one right here is one for, I would like to say that I wish they really enforced the law for wrestling pay-per-views that you only get to buy the segments you really want, because everything before 8 o'clock was absolute shit. I swear to goodness, everything. This pay-per-view is a wrestling ranter's dream. It really was, because some of this stuff was just fucking... How could WWE allow it? We had a pre-show dark match for the tag team titles. I don't know why they do this every year at WrestleMania for the tag team titles. I mean, it's so hard. They really can't make a tag team title match to be added to the card. It infuriates me. But anyway, I don't even know, I didn't even watch it. But it was the Usos versus Justin Gabriel and Tyson Kidd versus Primo and Epico. Primo and Epico won, of course. But that started off with this so-called World's Heavyweight Championship match between Bryan and Sheamus. If anyone's seen my WWE State of Address videos, this is the type of shit that I'm talking about. Like, this is, like, first off, I'm a wrestling traditionalist. Like, I believe that the champion should always be announced last, even if it's a fatal four-way or a triple threat or whatever. I always believe that a main event, no matter how terrible the talent who's in it, should always be, you know, close to the end of the card. Like, this match should have went on before the Undertaker and Triple H. It really shouldn't have been the first match on the card. But after they seen what happened, you see how Bryan turned right around into Sheamus's bicycle kick, and Sheamus won the title. And that just goes to show, like I said before, you can't take WWE champions seriously, or the championships for that matter, because think about it. Does anyone ever took Sheamus's last two WWE title reigns seriously? No? Did anyone take... I thought this was going to be the time for WWE to make Bryan Danielson mean something. Take him and, you know, make him... I know he wasn't going to be no major star, but at least make him a little bit more believable. And it's like, one of my friends said, you know what, this should solidify Bryan as a top guy. But of course, you see what they did to him. This could have been his WrestleMania moment. Of course, he wasn't an original WWE superstar, but this guy busted his ass all this time. He won the world title. It was his first shot at a big event like WrestleMania, and this is what they do. Not to mention they do this to Sheamus all the time. I expected this match could have at least got 15 minutes. At least. It could have been a nice back and forth match, but no, they do that bullshit. And for the record, think about it back in the day. Now everyone knows I hate Triple H. Remember in 1999 when Triple H first made it to the main event stage? He was taken seriously. I mean, sure, he's the guy that never drew money on his own. He drew money because of the people he wrestled, but yet and still, he was the man. He was the WWF champion. He was the guy that they revolved everything around. But come on, you can't really take it seriously now, can you? And this just goes to show you how much the WWE has shit on the most famous championship in the wrestling history. I don't know if you can hear that in the background, but it is a very windy day. And I'm up on the 3rd floor, so you know that wind just, you can hear all of it. I give that, man. I normally don't rate matches anymore. I was in the comment bar, not the comment bar, the description bar on my ratings for it. But I'm going to just let y'all know this one, I can't do it, but I had to. This is a dud. This is a 0. Because it wasn't no match. Next thing you have is Kane versus Randy Orton. Let me get on about this. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Randy Orton is a franchise player. Randy Orton is just as much as a franchise player who works a whole schedule. I'm not talking about, you know, Triple H or Undertaker. Randy Orton works a whole schedule. And seeing as how he's second only to John Cena, you know, CM Punk's getting there. You know, he's really getting there. So it's like, damn. And my camera's doing autofocus, and I'm sorry about that. But anyway, I think it's following my face. It's kind of funny. But anyway, this guy he's one of the top guys in the business. And it's like, why in the hell do you do this to him? Like, he's never had a worthwhile. You figure a year and a half in, his very first match at WrestleMania was against the fucking Undertaker. He was trying to beat the streak. So that's pretty fucking amazing on how they treat Randy Orton. You put him, he's the multiple time champ, and you don't give him anything good for WrestleMania. That's fucking bullshit and a half. Now keep in mind, I'm not the hugest fan of Randy Orton. This match with Kane was boring as all get out. It only got like a 2 out of 5. It was some back and forth stuff. Randy Orton's been doing a lot of jobs lately, but think about it, it doesn't really help with anyone who compete against him, because Kane should be automatically added to that main event picture now. You know, along with Sheamus, Daniel Bryan, Orton. You know, before, you know, Wade Barrett wins and ends up being another meaningless world champion in the WWE. One is not going to be taken seriously. But Kane won with a chokeslam off the second rope. But I mean, come on. They could do so much better. I'm going to do a whole video on my feelings towards Randy Orton, how I like him, how I dislike him. It'd be more dislikes for him on that video, and how the company just pretty much treats him as a person, as an athlete. Next we had Cody Rhodes and the Big Show for the Intercontinental title. I can't remember the last time the Intercontinental Championship was on the line at WrestleMania. Hell, I can't remember the last time the Intercontinental title was on the line, period. But I'm glad Cody Rhodes finally made it to the big time at a WrestleMania event. I'm hoping that, you know, maybe they'll do something with his career, because they sure as hell didn't do anything with Ted DiBiase. And you give the Big Show, now watch the Big Show be defending that title all the time, and Cody Rhodes barely has defended that championship for as long as he had it. And like I said in my WWE State of Address video, it's how the hell these writers that make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year can't book one title match every 30 fucking days. It's fucking stupid. Of course, Big Show got on the early offensive for the most part of this match, and Cody Rhodes started to break him down. Cody Rhodes went for a disaster kick and got a 2 count. He went for another one, and Big Show speared him in midair and hit him with the knockout punch for the win. And Big Show's Intercontinental Champion. I don't even know what to say about that. I mean, when you think about it, when the Big Show was WWE champion, it was always about somebody else. Big Show was never, you know, that big. He was never a main guy in the business. He was never the guy that carried a business on his back. So I was glad to see the Intercontinental title on the line, but you know, Cody, I really don't have much to say about this one. I really don't. But that match got damn near another 2. I wish so much better for Cody, you know. There's a lot of guys in the WWE today that I think deserve so much better than what they're getting. Next, we have the Divas match with Kelly and Maria Menounos. I believe that's how you pronounce her, because I don't watch Divas matches. I'm not being sexist or anything, but they're an embarrassment to female wrestling anywhere. And if anyone actually watched real female wrestling, and no, I'm not talking about that knockout bullshit they do in TNA. Because look at that shit they did at their last fucking pay-per-view. And you see how their knockouts compete in the fucking ring. I'm talking Shimmer. As far as women wrestling, that's the best women wrestling you're gonna get. And they went up against Beth Phoenix and a heel Eve Torres. I'm not even going to talk about this one. All I can say is that Botchamania should have a field day with this one. If you ever watch Botchamania, of course everyone watches Botchamania, but they're going to have a field day with this one. I swear to goodness. This match, of course, Maria pinned Beth Phoenix, so I don't know if that's going to solidify her in a Divas Championship race or not. But I'm tired of fucking Kelly. I'm sure all these women in the WWE, they really should not. Like I said, they're not athletes. They're not wrestlers. They're not athletes. They're uncoordinated. I'm pretty sure no one really going to be complaining that female wrestling wasn't on the WWE. I'm pretty sure, you know, a bunch of women aren't going to complain because, of course, they have no idea what the fuck they're looking at anyway. And that's another two. The first 4 matches all got 2s, except for Daniel Bryan and Sheamus, because that was a fucking 0. She rolled up Beth Phoenix, by the way. It should have been, so next, you know, we're going to have her and Beth in multiple Divas Championship matches. I remember back when the Divas division used to be the shit. I said that in my WWE State of Address. They really need to do something with that division. Next up, you had the Hell in a Cell match between Triple H and Undertaker with Shawn Michaels as a special ref. This one was an hour into the show. 8 o'clock. Not counting the entrances and stuff. But this match took me by surprise. It took me by surprise because of, compared to the match they had last year, this one leaps and bounds above it. It wasn't no ring rust. Yes, there was hot shotting. Don't get me wrong, there was a lot of hot shotting. But it wasn't as much stalling as they had last year. They really gave it their all in this match. And everyone was saying, you know, Shawn Michaels, Triple H never lost a match when Shawn Michaels was a ref because Shawn Michaels usually cheated or had bias officiating or whatever. But these guys left it all out in the ring for the 2 oldest motherfuckers on the roster. They did pretty good for Undertaker not having a match since a year ago. Hit each other with chairs, the ring steps, pedigrees, tombstones, sledgehammers, sweet chin music into pedigrees when I thought it was over. Triple H had the match won on like 7 occasions, but they really did good. Triple H got hit with that tombstone for the 2nd time, but Triple H was laid out at the end of the match. Undertaker managed to get up. All 3 of them walked out together. Hopefully it's forever. As everyone knows, I'm not a fan of Shawn Michaels or Triple H, so hopefully it'll be a long time before I have to see, even as much as the Undertaker. He should have hung his boots up years ago. I'm hoping it'll be a long time before I see any of their 3 faces again. But anyway, this gets a 4 out of all of the main events. You know, all 3 of the overhyped main events. This one, Punk and Jericho, Rock and Cena. This one got the highest rating out of all 3. This one got a 4.5 out of 5. This is, like I said, they did so much better. On that basis alone, it was so much better than the one last year. And if you paid your hard-earned money to see this match, you really wouldn't be that disappointed. Because this one was pretty good. It was pretty good. Next you have Team... Oh yeah, by the way, Jim Ross called the match. He should have called the whole fucking event. Howard Finkel made some appearances too. Next up you had Team Johnny versus Team Long. You had The Miz, Mark Henry, Jack Swagger, Dolph Ziggler, David Otunga, Drew McIntyre taking in place of an injured Christian versus Kofi Kingston, the Great Khali, R-Truth, Zack Ryder, Booker T, and Santino Marella. Everyone who competes on Raw on Teddy Long's team. That's amazing. But anyway, I really don't have much to say about this match except for on Team Johnny. You have a bunch of guys who really got major pushes the last year, and yet they're talking about unsafe work environments and the company being unfair, and yet all these motherfuckers was walking around with championships at one time. So I mean, I don't know what the fuck they complaining for. And it's showing that John Laurinaitis is an on-air personality is fucking bullshit too, because he's not good at anything that he does. He's not good at the fucking job that he has in the WWE, because look at all the talent that he's given us over the last couple of years. I sure do a rant on that stupid fucking fat bastard. But anyway, I don't even want to talk much about this match. It wasn't elimination. It was a 12-man tag. It wasn't elimination. Zack Ryder got hit with the... What the hell is Miz's finishing move? The skull-crushing finale into the middle of the ring. Eve Torres with her little, you know, heel turn keeps on beating on Zack Ryder. Now, see, my biggest complaint about this match is that you could have made a bunch of good singles matches for this. You could have had Jack Swagger defend the U.S. title against R-Truth, Zack Ryder, Kofi Kingston. You know, you could have had that kind of match. You could have had Dolph Ziggler versus, you know, you could have had Miz versus somebody. You could have had, y'all could have made 3 good matches out of this one match. But yet, WWE, that match got it too. Next, we had the WWE Championship match. Chris Jericho versus CM Punk. Now, this match was, I admit, excuse me, I had to pick up my pen. This match was the one I wanted to see because I knew this was going to be the only thing that could actually be considered wrestling on this card. The match didn't live up to the expectations that I wanted it to live up to. I'm not saying it was a bad match. It was an average, you know, 3.5, 4 star. There was a lot of technical wrestling. The match was uber physical. I mean, it was a very physical match. Jericho looked good. Punk looked good. Jericho, I thought when Punk went to the top rope and Jericho caught him and at walls, I thought if he fucked up and hit that, accidentally dropped him and hit a Styles Clash, I can see the lawyers ringing up the phone. And that's the only way TNA makes money is if they sue somebody for copyright infringement. I know, it's sad. It's very sad. But, oh yeah, and that's coming from a company that every character they have is ripped off of a WWE character. So, yeah. Anyway, that match ended up with CM Punk winning with an Anaconda Vice. There was go to sleeps, code breakers out of midair. This match, like I said, it was the match I wanted to see, but it really wasn't as good as I wanted it to be. That's why I gave it a 3.5 out of 5. But this pretty much will solidify, you know, CM Punk's reign as WWE Champion. Maybe they're finally making another franchise star in CM Punk. Maybe he's going to be the future of the company. I say maybe because it doesn't happen yet. And who knows if it's ever going to happen. Then you figure, how long does it tell you, you know, John Cena wins? Because you know it's going to happen. I can see Jericho, Cena, and Punk having a triple threat match and everyone's job. John Cena will have the belt sooner than later. They're going to job him out to Dolph Ziggler with that fucking Money in the Bank bullshit, which I talked about in my WWE State of Address. But anyway, that match was pretty good. I mean, it could have been worse, but it lived up to, it didn't live up to my expectations, but it definitely lived up to the hype as one of those matches that WWE overhypes at a WrestleMania. And you have I'm not even going to talk about the whole Brutus Clay bullshit. I'm not going to talk about Machine Gun Kelly's scrawny ass with his non-rapping skills. I'm not going to talk about corny ass Flow Rider. But I will go talk about John Cena and The Rock. This is the match that's been in the making for a year. And I have to say, it wasn't terrible. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't excellent. Let's put it to you like that. Like I said, this event is not something that you'll write home about. It's not one of those WrestleManias that's going to be in your memory. You remember WrestleMania 20. You remember WrestleMania 21. You remember WrestleMania 17. You remember WrestleMania 6. You know, you remember these things. WrestleMania 28, not so much. You're not going to remember most of this. It's not going to be the type of thing that you're going to make it your personal business to conversate about. Like this match. Sure, you got 2 of the biggest stars the company's ever seen in The Rock and John Cena. The Rock in his hometown. I thought Cena had the match won when he did that feat of strength into an attitude adjustment. Of course, they stalled for time with that STF. They had to, because they had to run until at least close to 11. So you know that was a lot of stalling on their part. The Rock looked good. But the thing about this match, it's more like a throwaway match. I mean, they would have had the same reception if they would have put this match on Raw. I can't understand a more meaningless match. Like I said, it could have done better on Raw than it did at WrestleMania. But you know, they just did this for the mark wrestling fans that us real wrestling fans hate, that's going to spend their hard-earned money to see this match. Because there's the same motherfuckers that say I haven't watched since Rock left or I haven't watched since Austin left. So you'll know that the WWE's product has been absolute shit since 2007. So, you know, and I feel sorry for those marks that paid that fucking money. Because this WrestleMania really, I wouldn't have wanted to pay for it. To tell you the truth, I wouldn't have held a party for it. No way in hell. The Rock won with a rock bottom when John Cena tried to mock the people's elbow and he ran into a rock bottom. But the thing about this match is Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, and Triple H had their whole legends walking out. But this match was over. It wasn't no handshake. It wasn't no huge embrace or anything. Like, these two guys had mutual respect. It was like I said, it was like a throwaway match. It was like a dark match, kind of. I thought they was going to get up, John Cena and him, they were going to shake hands. You know, I thought it was going to be some, they do some fucking gimmick to have them as tag champs for like a week or some bullshit like that. But the match I gave the match a 4, and that's because the last 10 minutes after that STF shit was over, the match seemed to really take off. Of course, you know, everyone was thinking, you know, since Brock Lesnar was supposed to be the surprise, but it never happened. But for the record, Brock Lesnar has signed a contract for 1 year with the WWE. I don't know if it's the same thing with Goldberg, you know, for merchandising sales or something, but I would love to see Brock Lesnar back in the ring again. I would love for Brock Lesnar to be added to the main event on Raw along with Cena, Jericho, and CM Punk. I think they will have some great fatal 4-way matches if they do it right. But of course, this is the WWE, so don't get your hopes up. Overall, I give the whole event maybe an 8, 8.5. Because the second half really did it for me. And since these were the 3 hyped matches, you know WrestleMania has the throwaway matches and they have the hyped, uber promoted, overhyped matches. You know the 3, I'm not going to repeat them. But they delivered, if you were just ordering it for those 3 matches, they would have left you happy. Not completely ecstatic, but it would have left you it wouldn't leave you with a sour taste in your mouth like all the other WWE pay-per-views have as of late, you know. The last 6 WWE pay-per-views were total shit. This one is probably the best one you're going to get for a long time. So, is this DVD? I mean, is this worth adding to a collection? If you have all the WrestleManias, yes. If you don't, no. The money you spent seeing it last night should be enough. Do not throw out any more fucking money for this fucking WrestleMania. I swear to goodness, do not do it. Please do not do it. But this is Tough Tony. I'm signing off. I hope y'all enjoyed it as much as I did. I hope y'all enjoyed it more than I did, to tell you the truth, so y'all could have had a good time. But anyway, I'm signing off. Have a nice day.